What's up guys? So we finally got Xena. Of course you still have 10 weeks time to decide if you want to buy her. And this video is gonna be your practical example if she really is worth to go for. I of course did go for her because, like I said before, she is a PvP champion, a nuker. I desperately need nukers, and even though the price for her seems or is very high, but in raid terms, considering the amount of money that shards sell for, I think for their standards, selling a good legendary champion for $40 is of course better than average. But anyway, let's not get too much into that. Let's not. This video is just gonna be about PvP and none of that CC drama or boycott that we have been hearing all of the last couple of weeks. But I basically put her in my best or second best nuke gear, what I usually have on my Wukong. I still have Wukong geared, but he's in slightly worse gear. Actually, it's not even that much worse, it's just slightly slower than this set, but the damage is basically the same or even better. I actually happen to have, let me show you, this is kind of funny thing. This is how the RNC plays out. So for ring I only have a double ring, but for banner I actually had 3 different pseudo triple roll reaction banners. Like this one is attack with triple speed, then I had wait, is that not the right one? Oh yeah, I was like, did I only have one? No, I have 3. So this one is with triple speed, this one is with double speed and double attack, and then there's second one with double speed and double attack as well. But I went for the triple speed one. So she's around 240 speed, and then we have her passive giving her 100% turn meter when enemy whenever enemy places 8 or more buffs, which basically means that if the full team is alive then they place 2, or if one is dead then 3. So basically when Siphi does her buffs, but of course it does apply to other champions too, but for instance not when Arbiter buffs. So it's not like Tormin, but something similar, that it punishes the debuffers, and specifically Siphi, which is going to be practically 100% pick rate in live arena or high level live arena, or 100% pick and ban, let's put it that way. But she's not tanky. That's the only thing that she lacks, which is what I'm gonna try to compensate with the team. And she doesn't have the highest outright damage because her multipliers are like mediocre, and she doesn't fully ignore defense like some champions like Baron or Georgit or even Rotos can do. But she has little bit of ignore defense, but there is 2 AoE skills. Other one also steals turn meter, and other one does a bit more damage and resets cooldown of that skill if you get 2 kills, which is very practical. But there is 2 AoE skills, both are very short 3 turn cooldown, and then also her damage gets increased every time she uses her skill. This doesn't apply to the A1. So over time she's definitely gonna kill any team, and she's not even gonna be bothered too much by Tara's attack reduction, because that is only capped at 50%, and this can go up to 100%. Granted, you need to use like her A2 and A3 10 times for that to happen, and if the fight lasts that long, then probably you will win, but the fight really shouldn't last that long. So the issue is gonna be how early you die with her and if she's gonna get any turns. Also, I don't have her A1 fully booked just because I didn't have enough for it, and we're missing blessings, so this will definitely get a little bit better when we get 500 attack and 25% crit damage, which isn't anything like to scoff at. It's pretty huge deal actually. And I did couple of fights with her yesterday. Just when I got her, I instantly wanted to try her out. I didn't really have time to make a video and properly test her. And those fights went very well. Even the fight that I did end up losing. Actually, this one I got really unlucky. The enemy warlord procced refresh at the start of the fight. And even still it was very close. I almost won that fight, but so far I'm impressed, but maybe that was a fluke and let's see actually what happens. But basically what my plan is today is that I'm gonna pair her with Nakarada and Helicat very often. And I think often or pretty much every fight enemy team are gonna pick UDK and Harima against me. And normally I do like to ban them, but I think with her I don't always have to ban them, and she can fight against them pretty well, so that is also gonna surprise my enemy teams a bit, or the enemy players, because they're always expecting me to ban them, and with her I don't think I necessarily need to do it. I think she doesn't rely on ignore defense as much as like Rotos, and she gets also increased damage over time like him. So I think it will be surprising to people that I'm not gonna ban Harima, but let's see how it goes. I'm still kind of tempted to first pick UDK, but I could go for Duchess now as well. Let's see what happens. Let's go with first pick Duchess, so that we have early polymorph in team. I'm very close to getting enough tokens to have her at 6-star, but I pretty much get one champion at 6-star blessing every 8 months with very active gameplay as well. So, and also I do have almost enough tokens to get Ronda at 4-star. I'm definitely not gonna go higher than that, but of course that's gonna take a long time for her to appear in shop 4 times unless I get incredibly lucky. Okay, interesting. Nobody usually first or early picks either Tormin or Arbiter. Both of them are pretty counterable if you pick them early on. And that's what we're definitely gonna do, but yeah, let's just go with this. Now we already have double bolster and Rotos, which is gonna be good against speed team. But Ronda isn't gonna be as good against Arbiter as it would be against Tiffy, so it's kind of pity because this was supposed to be, I mean not Ronda, I mean Xena showcase. But yeah, I have high hopes for her, and oh, she did go for all of them. I think we're probably gonna go for the Wukong bang, honestly. And we're probably, maybe I should pick Python so that I have a double immunity, or like I have Nakarada and then possible cleanse from Python, depending who gets banned. I mean, yeah, depending who gets banned. So that, wait, where is Xena? Damn, did I forget to put filter on her? Oh, there she is. So that I'm not gonna get frozen by Tormin. I think I'm actually gonna ban Wukong. Is that... I assume that it's support Wukong and not the nuke Wukong. Yeah, because at the high level of Arena, almost everybody is running support Wukong and not nuke Wukong. I think both builds are very good, it just kind of depends what you need, but these top accounts, they usually rather use the support build. And the support build is very strong. But yeah, we're gonna ban that. And I'm not sure how well my Xena is gonna survive the Taras nuke, but we do have double bolster and we're definitely gonna go before the Taras, I think, with Xena. So I think we're gonna survive one nuke and we're also gonna go before it, so probably we will get like 2 turns to try it out. And also this Xena kind of works very well with my personal strategies, because I like to use, like, I'm only using go-second teams, and of course she's kind of anti-speed team counter. And also I'm running very tanky and kind of slow dodges. She's around 200 speed and 150k HP. And Xena is gonna get 1 turn attack buff before the dodge's turn, and nothing gets really wasted there. But yeah, as you can see, it's not like she's gonna do Georgie type of damage, like 500k damage and one-shot everybody. But all of the enemy team had defense buff, and our damage is gonna scale over time. And we're also gonna, like, both of the nukes are very short cooldowns, and we're gonna be able to reset one of them. So unlike, let's say, with Staltos, who runs out of damage, I think we're not gonna encounter that issue with Xena. I don't know if I can kill the Taras if I go for him. Yeah, let's just go for the Arbiter. Like with Wukong, I kind of get desperate when I fight against Taras teams, because if they're running like they usually are, double Reviver or Siphian Maritzka, then that means that unless you can end the fight with a couple turns on Wukong, you have zero chance of winning, because when his attack is reduced by 50%, there's nothing that you can do. But with Xena, that's not going to be the issue, because her attack is able to be increased more than it's gonna be able to be decreased. And it's also, even when both of them are happening at the same time, it's gonna negate it, so it's good. I know the damage numbers at the start of the fight weren't that impressive, but I'm actually very... I think Xena is gonna be good for me. It's gonna be more of a live arena thing. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of Xena at the top level of Classic Arena, unless Ukraine Duo gets nerfed, but she doesn't really have that damage to one-shot those teams and go for speedy fights. But I think in these kind of try-hard live arena scenarios, she's gonna work pretty well. Granted, I think you're definitely gonna want to have Necret to optimally use her, which I happen to have, so I think she kind of fits my specific account very well. And if you don't have Necret, I think Helicat is probably your second best option to use her, or then you're just gonna have to use Bolster and maybe CC something like Wukong or Kaimar to try and make sure that she gets turns. But I'm probably mostly gonna be using Necret and Helicat, and probably both of them in many fights. I think pretty often one of them is gonna be banned. Yeah, because she doesn't have any blessing, she's on the bottom of my list and kind of annoying to try find. Wait, can't we change it? Oh yeah, this should be good. Anyway, I haven't been playing live arena a lot, like, in a while, and you might have noticed that I haven't been making a lot of videos, but it's all still happening. I've just been busy in real life, like I've said many times. Okay, that seems like a nuke Wukong. I think I'm still gonna ban Wukong, but we will see. I might actually go for Staltos in this fight. Yeah, this is actually very nice now that, yeah. Should I go for Kaimar or... UD? Yeah, let's go for... I'm thinking either Kaimar or Helicat. I don't really want to let him have both Helicat and UDK in the same team, so let's just go for this. But now that he went for this type of team and he's with UDK, I can just go with double AoE nuker now that I have, not that I have 2 of them instead of 1. And yeah, I don't really have to be too afraid about the UDK. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the Wukong ban. Just because he's probably still gonna be in some kind of hybrid build like they often are, and I really hate the block buffs on me. Also, I think unless she opens with Siphi A1, probably my Xena is still gonna cut in before the Kaimar. Unless it's faster than Siphi, which is very unlikely. I think she's probably gonna have the open with Siphi A1 because otherwise I'm gonna cut in. Yeah, he's thinking. I knew that this was gonna happen. Oh, he went for it, okay. Can we one-shot the Kaimar? It doesn't look that tanky, so I think... And it has 3 buffs, so we ignore 30% defense. I think if we proc Helm Smasher at least we should. Oh, we got the weak hit, yeah. Right? I think that was weak hit. I mean, like reaction proc, yeah. She does have her passive too, that she can actually crit against Duchesses and like enemies that are strong affinity against her, but it doesn't work against reaction. Oh, and Kaimar also weak hit on her, which is very nice. Yeah, this way Force Affinity on Nuker is very good if you actually don't have the issue of weak hitting, but usually Force Affinity Nukers have been historically considered bad because of it, and something like Candy, who used to be the best nuker in Arena at one time, he wasn't good because of his affinity, he was kind of good despite it. He was kind of the exception of a Force Affinity nuker that was actually good, because Duchesses are gonna wall you incredibly hard if you're running Force Affinity, but that's not gonna be so with Xena. Damn, we're 2-0 and out of all of these fights there's only 1 loss, so... And yeah, like I said, this was kind of unlucky one. So far it seems very good, I can't complain about Xena. I saw some people were kind of like not impressed by her and were a bit like think that she isn't enough good. I think she isn't broken like Taras or Marichka, but I think she's actually... She has good potential to work with. I think she's better than she... or like some other people that it sounded to them, but let's not get too much excited just yet. Where was it? Oh yeah, also has 50% chance of randomly changing this champion's weak hit to normal, strong or crit. The chance increases to 100% when attacking enemies under 2 or more buffs or debuffs. Which is gonna be always when Duchess uses her A2, so that is good. I think her hits are kind of not as sexy as those top nukers. You're not gonna see those massive huge hits, or at least not at the start of the fight, but I think her passive is actually very good. Anyway, how many times I said that she's actually better than you think? I think you got my point, but I think this video is gonna be the actual evidence for that. And yeah, like I said, I love that this gives me a lot more options, because now I don't have to be as afraid of UDK and Harima, and I'm a lot harder to predict than... Like, I don't get checkmated in the pick and ban phase as easily as I was before. I'm still gonna get checkmated hard if you have a very good account and you just pick like lockout and Harima and UDK against me every time. It's still gonna be hard for me, but this is way better than it used to be. And yeah, my opinion about the price and is it worth to buy her? It kind of depends. I will say that if you normally buy shards in the game, or you occasionally do, then I think $40 for one champion, even if the other rewards in the champion pass don't look very exciting, which they are not. But if you normally do buy shards, then $40 for one legendary champion is better than your normal deal, and it's also better than most champions in the game. It's not the best, but there isn't too many nukers that are better than her. And even something that, like George, let's say, who kind of is similar style, that it's also a squishy champion, and let's not compare it to something like Taras, Rotos or Harima. But George, for instance, clearly does way more damage, but Xena does have her other utility, like she has her turn meter boost and attack buff, so she isn't like fully outclassed by George, like she is in terms of damage, but they are like for different situations. So you can't say that she's outright worse, or like probably she is, but you get my point. She has her use and utility even if you happen to have George on your account. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go for the same stuff. We could probably go for Staldos again, honestly. I don't really want to go Tormin because I don't think we're gonna have enough damage against the Python. Wait, yeah. The issue here is kind of that, like in the last fight, I guess, that he has both Python, I mean, he has both Rotos and Wukong that are my, like, two of my three main nukers with Xena, so we're gonna have to tap into our reserves here, but I think it will be doable. And yeah, normally I would have to ban the Harima here and I will be screwed, but we're gonna see if we can go for the Wukong ban and actually win this fight. I'm almost surprised that he didn't ban Xena, but banning the Duchess kind of makes sense in this specific fight. This one we actually might lose, it doesn't look too good. We don't have any reviver and his team is very tanky. He still has the Harima passive, and even though we don't rely on ignore defense as much as some of those other champions like Rotos, it's still gonna hugely reduce our damage. And yeah, Rotos is gonna be able to hit through the block damage, but we do have the Necret as well. Actually, maybe this is still doable. We will see. Should I open with the A2? A3 does more damage, but yeah, let's open with the A2. Because it steals the turn meter. This is definitely gonna be not one shot for us. We're gonna have to take our time. I think I should actually go for the Python kill instead of killing the nukers. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for the Python. We stole 20% of turn meter from everybody. Should I even... yeah, let's give it to... I think Helicat is gonna die to the next Rotos A3 anyway, I think, so let's give it to Staldos, so he has immunity. What was I gonna say? Anyway, I think we can do this. Normally, this team would be a nightmare for me, but oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the, like I was talking about the A2. So we stole 20% of turn meter from all of them. Wait, we didn't steal it. He didn't have enough buffs. Never mind. But anyway, that didn't happen in this one. But you kind of have a good turn meter manipulation, that you have both the passive and A2. So passive gives you 100%, and then the A2 gives you like 80% or something. But we definitely didn't steal turn meter there, but I guess he doesn't have speed aura and his team is kind of slow, so that was actually what was causing this. Damn, it's been so rough in live arena lately since I've been fighting against like when I've been in Gold 3. I don't know if that's also because I have been kind of inactive lately and I'm not as high as I used to be, but it is nice to see a page like this. I mean, these are pretty good teams. We can't like say they are horrible teams, but I think we can definitely meet worse ones too. How much player power? Yeah, 15 mil. I mean, it's a lot, but like, you know, sometimes I get like 5-10 fights in a row where everybody's like 50 mil player power plus, so maybe these are a bit easier than average fights that I get. But I mean, in grand scheme of things, they are very hard fights, so. Anyway, it's early in the morning, or I mean, not that early, it's 8 AM, so I just woke up before this video. I'm a bit groggy still. By the way, tell me in comments how many of you are like, you already got her, or how many people are still considering if you're gonna buy her or not. But I would say that if you're considering it, you should just go for it. If you're into PvP and you're not like 100% against any type of spending in the game, I would probably go for her. Just get Xena and then don't get some other stuff that you otherwise would. It's definitely worth skipping like 4 monthly game packs to get Xena instead. Should be just early pick her. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't really have the early pick her, but there is also the possibility that the enemy team would pick her, so. This fight might be pretty hard if he ends up. Should we go with Saldos again? I could go with Wukong, but if he picks Lockout now, we're in big trouble. It's not gonna be as bad, but actually I think we're gonna go with the same team as we went in the last fight, and we're not gonna go for Python here. I mean, last time the enemy team had Python, but I think this time we're voluntarily gonna go with Saldos. His team is fairly tanky, but if he picks second reviver, I might consider actually banning it. And if he picks a lockout here, which I will have to ban, I think it's gonna be better with Saldos. Okay, he went for Mitrala. I'm almost considering banning Mitrala because we're gonna get screwed by the Hex. And I think there's a good chance that he's gonna ban the Duchess. And I mean, we have two AoE nukers and Xena is kind of countering the Siphi, so we don't really have to go for those bans here. Yeah, I knew it, he was gonna ban the Duchess. I mean, it makes sense, why else would he pick Mitrala? We still had the immunity buff for Xena, but then we're like, it's gonna screw Helicat because Helicat is gonna counter attack and is immediately gonna get hexed for sure. And like Saldos is gonna do AoE as well, so we were gonna get destroyed by the Hex. Mitrala is kind of good, I use her a lot myself, but don't expect that when you fight against the top teams the Hex is gonna screw them, because usually they're gonna have Siphi or Maritzka or both of them, and Hex is not gonna be issue. Okay, this Siphi is very tanky. I don't think we're gonna do that much damage to her, but let's see. Yeah, I like that was definitely not gonna be one shot. Maybe I should have actually opened with the A2 in this one and not the A3. Man, I think I need to start making more live arena videos. It's actually fun to win these fights. No, not that this fight is over, but this fight would have been I would have already lost this in pick and ban phase before. I wouldn't be able to face this team normally. That's why you see so many people picking this exact same setup against me, because they know that I don't have an answer to it, or that I didn't in the past. That actually kind of ties into what Plarium was saying before in the CC chat. Like, if you have seen the video I made about Xena before, that Plarium also promised that they are trying to nerf Taras and Maritzka indirectly by releasing champions that counter them. And I mean, Xena is not that, but Xena is kind of counter to Siphi. I mean, clearly she's in the... What's the word? Clearly she's intended to be some kind of Siphi counter or check, and it actually seems to be the case, so that's good. Yeah, we're bringing back the good old Helicat strategy. This is kind of... I mean, I never stopped using it, but it's kind of infamous that some people actually like love the Helicat comp a lot, and some people really hate me for using it and promoting it, but it is what it is. I mentioned it before that I can make a gentleman deal with every live arena player that if they don't use Taras and Maritzka against me, then I can promise to not use Helicat against them. I think that's very fair, but nobody's gonna take that deal, so I think at the same token they can't really complain about me using Helicat and actually trying to win the fights. But Helicat is definitely being a big MVP here as well. Like I mentioned before, Xena is squeezy and you kind of need to get around that issue. And Helicat is definitely one of the best options to enable her. I mean, there is the option to just go first, but if you're gonna go first, then you're much better off using something like Charge It. But if you have to go second, then Xena might be good. And I think the go-to champions are gonna be Nakarada and Helicat. Let me actually think about it quickly. Is there anything else that would really enable her? Oh yeah, I guess you could use Joffred, which I don't have, but Joffred does have the passive that basically like blocks her from dying once, and it kind of functions something with in between Nakarada and Helicat, so that would probably be a third good option. I don't think there's really that many other good ones. Just having bolster or shield buffs and defense buffs, I don't think that's quite gonna cut it. Like, you pretty much need some kind of block damage or insanely Like, you need to stack many damage reductions like Nakarada does. Of course, there is other block damage champions in the game than Helicat, so you could consider those as well, but Helicat is definitely... Oh, we unlock new rewards. Helicat is 5-star, are you kidding me? Helicat is definitely my god. Did we just get the 5-star Chaos or? Imagine getting this high. Oh my god, this is a joke. Imagine getting this high in live arena. I mean, I'm not the highest ranked person, but I'm like, oh, you can't see it. I'm like rank 150. So, I mean, there's still plenty of people higher than me, but I'm pretty high in live arena. Nobody's gonna want the 5-star Chaos or at this level. Like, not that it really matters, but that's kind of like a parody or like insult that we're getting 5-star Chaos or at 4.2k rating in live arena. That's not even a reward. That's just that's an insult towards us. Anyway, not that I care, but that's kind of comical to get something like that. I thought that it was a 6-star Chaos or, but it was actually a 5-star one. I mean, speaking of which, if you haven't seen my Chaos or guide, I mean, I guess I have 2 videos about it. The other one was kind of updated version on it, but I think there is some use for 5-star Chaos or, but I kind of I don't really need it anymore. I kind of got the most out of it. But I would say that one thing that you actually should use 5-star Chaos or for is cruel shields. You're gonna get plenty of 5-star legendary cruel shields from clan boss, and you don't need to roll any specific main stat on them, since it's always gonna be defense, and you basically only need 3 substat: speed, crit rate and crit damage, because you can't get attack on it. And there's not that much like, I mean, 6-star is better, but it's not that much worse on shield specifically. It's way worse on every other piece except shield, and maybe helmet, but it's getting a good helmet is much harder. But you have fairly high chance to get shield with the 3 subsets that you want, and you get plenty of them, and you basically have no other use for 5-star Chaos or, and you can get a lot of those legendary pieces and not just epic ones, so that's what I would go for. Wait, are we just gonna face the same team every time? Okay, let's do this. Let's not even go for Rodos. Let's go for the Xena pick, and maybe we can actually... Maybe we will actually go with Stylus again. We will see. Xena is so good that she's even making Stylus better than he normally is. But yeah, that's actually a very good use for 5-star Chaos or, by the way, so consider that if you have need for those. I can actually show after this fight, but I did it a bunch of times, and I already got way more cruel shields than I will ever need, so it's not kind of worth for me anymore, but I did it a bunch of times myself actually. And I recommended it to my clan mates, but they kind of didn't. Some of them found it relevant, but some of them were very like saying that it's not relevant to like good accounts, so okay, we want to ban Helicat, so, and we can't pick it now, so this is a bit different. Maybe I will actually go... He doesn't really have a lot of polymorph. Maybe I will actually go with Ukko myself. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go for the UDK ban this time, unless he picks a lockout. He might. It kind of depends if that Helicat is a nuker or not. I can't really tell, to be honest. People run Helicat both as an... Yeah, it's a nuker. Both as a nuker and support, and as you can see, mine is just full speed, but his is in a nuke build. So we can't go for the UDK ban. Okay, if he bans Xena now, I think we're gonna be in trouble, but let's see. Oh, he banned the Ukko. I mean, that's not good either, but I think we're gonna get one turn. I think we're gonna cut in between Helicat and Siphi. Unless he opens with the A1. Maybe this is gonna be the first fight that we lose. We will see. Yeah, he's thinking if he wants to duel the A2 or if he should just go for the A1. But the thing is that, yeah, either way, I think we're gonna... Our Xena seems to be faster than his Helicat, so either way we would have cut in and probably killed the Ronda. Wait, she's running... Okay, that's a weird build. People don't really run Siphi in bone armor, and she's running Siphi in bone armor and swift parry, and it's a very squishy Siphi. It's not... I think it probably doesn't even have like HP bottom pieces. It probably has... It might just be full speed with, let's say, flat attack gloves or something like that. I wasn't expecting it to get one shot. Or I mean, it survived, but that was with the swift parry proc. Nice. My Datus is very tanky, but Ronda hits insanely hard, so I bet he's surprised that my Datus actually survived it. Ronda A2 is still, like, it's one of the hardest hitting skills in the game. People often might kind of overlook it, but it does hit insanely hard. But yeah, now the Siphi has to block damage, and I don't know if we're gonna survive long enough to be able to make a comeback. Maybe we can. The Duchess is protected now, and even though she's almost dead, she's gonna heal herself. And outside of the A2, the Ronda isn't gonna hit that hard, so Duchess is probably gonna get to full health eventually. Damn, I didn't want to get extra turn there. Actually, Protoss dying might not be that bad at all. Yeah, we can get the whale up and Duchess is protected, so yeah, actually, I don't mind Protoss dying there. I think that's good. We get one more turn of whale duration. If I go for the A2, I'm gonna steal their turn meter, and I guess I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna stack the damage with the passive, but nobody was gonna die to it, so... Can we get attack debuff on Honda? Okay, great. Also, you probably have seen that, if you have seen my other videos, that normally Rondas are insanely hard for me. These kind of speed teams with Siphi and Ronda are very popular, and especially against me because people know that it counters my account very hard. Ronda A2 blocks the passes of both Wukong and Protoss, and of course one-shots both of them. It's a very good matchup against me, but with Xena, even this is doable. Okay, well, we basically we can't lose anymore. I mean, might take a bit of time, but this Helicat is not gonna have enough damage to kill my Duchess. It is what it is. With the help of Siphi, like A1 and defense buff, sure, but by itself, I don't think in 1 versus 1, I don't think Helicat can ever kill my Duchess. Probably not. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's possible, no. I don't think it's even probably, I don't think it's possible. Anyway, we got another victory. I'm very happy today because I've had ups and downs in live arena, but the longer that it's been up, the harder it gets for me, of course. And I don't really get these kind of hardcore victory sessions very often. For me, it's a good session if I win slightly more than I lose, because every team that I fight is normally like massively better than mine, and going 50-50 is very good, but winning this much is not something that I'm very much used to. And I don't think these people are either, because they're all pretty much picking mostly the same stuff. Like, we see a lot of this like UDK, Sifi, Wukong. They go with the same tried and true tactics that normally destroy me, but with Xena now it's a bit different. Okay, can we keep up our insane insane win streak? By the way, one thing that is worth noting, it takes insanely long time, to be fair, to get 35 wins, not just fights but wins. I think first of all this should be 35 fights and not wins. At least, like, let's say that you're in gold, so that you don't just lose all fights on purpose. But let's say that you're in gold, I think all fights should count, not just wins, but it should be a lot less fights as well. 35 fights is an insane amount, but you can get 400 primal quartz every week from it. I don't think 400 is very realistic, because you need to do like 3 billion fights every week to do this, but if you can get this even once per week, it's gonna double or triple the amount of primal shards you get as free to play, because I think I get maybe like 30 primal guards from Hydra or something, so getting more than 100 every time is actually pretty nice. I mean, they should definitely add way more rebars to Live Arena, but getting this primal guard quartz is definitely something. It's not worth doing, let's say 70 fights for, but it's still pretty good. I mean, if you do Live Arena for fun anyways, then it's good. And of course there is the Great Hall as well. I think many people are going for that too. I was trying to cancel it and go my Great Hall, but my Live Arena Great Hall is mostly maxed anyway. I mean, it's not maxed, but at this point I got all of the important things already maxed. So it's not that big deal to me. I mean, I don't care about, like, I don't know, like, whatever you can upgrade there. I don't need more damage on campaign or dungeons or whatever, so pretty much you max out speed, crit rate and ignore defense on Hydra, and then you're done. That's the only really important one. Maybe attack now too, with Randa being meta, to be fair, but that's it. I think my attack is actually not maxed, but I got a bunch of other things maxed, and I will get the attack maxed in very soon as well. Also, it's gonna be fun to see what happens after this video, because I've had this kind of renaissance to, like, before, to be fair, not just now, but many times when we got every time there's some new good stuff that I can use and theory craft and abuse, I do really well. Like when we got the Wukong, or when I got the Tormin and so on. And then when people know what I do, they are able to adapt and counter me better. But it's always the first video or first couple Live Arena sessions before a video about new champions or content that I do really well. So probably it's not gonna go as well next time, and this is probably gonna be very tough opponent for us. I could almost consider Tormin here, but I'm not gonna go for it. He has the last pick, and I think I want to go for the Wukong ban. So, and I don't think that's an Uger, so I don't think he's gonna have Warlord in this team. Probably Paras is gonna be the last one. So Helicat is gonna be nice. And I'm gonna go for the Wukong ban for sure. It's so nice to be actually able to ban the Wukong and get to play with my Helicat again. Helicat was kind of for a while I wasn't really able to use him anymore because people just pick Wukong in every fight. And if I pick Wukong, then they're gonna pick like Protoss, UDK, Harima, and Lockout and whatever, and I'm done. It was kind of a checkmate situation that if I don't get Wukong and they pick it, I'm gonna get screwed. And if I do pick it, then I'm also able to get screwed harder than I normally do. But now I can rely on my trusty Helicat again. And people are gonna hate me for it. Anyway, I know I've been a bit more inactive lately, but I still play the game. I've just been busy and kind of maybe like had a small break and not as motivated to make videos, but I will make a lot more videos. I actually have a bunch of content ideas. Some of them are like super old and some pretty recent ones that I need to get out of the way, so it is time to do more videos. But I know that nowadays I don't always reply to YouTube comments like instantly, and so sometimes I don't really even reply to Discord comments, but like the next day or like 12 hours later. But I'm still playing the game, I'm still active. You can easily contact me if you need to. And you should join my Discord. That was I needed to shield the Discord as well. I want to make my Discord. I used to use BGE Discord a lot back in the day. Nowadays it's kind of not as active because it's been super long time since he has played the game. But I kind of would want my Discord to be something between what BGE and Manipal Discords used to be. Something that is active, that has discussion and has PvP chat and chat about like account efficiency and trying to min-max and or free-to-play players and so on. So you should join my Discord. Right now there's mostly what is active there is some political chat, and sometimes people are going a bit overboard, but I will start being a bit more heavy-handed. I'm a bit more libertarian, and I kind of have let people get away with maybe a bit how could I say, crass comments there, but that's not what the Discord is about, and I definitely want it to be a PvP and account min-maxing focused Discord. It's fairly active, but right now the most active part is the politics, but we can definitely talk about the game as well. This is gonna be an interesting fight because this is a very top tier team. This is not like mediocre or kind of good team. This is as good as it gets. Even the literal, I guess this is like a top account anyway, but even the toppest of top accounts, which is not a real word, but even the best accounts, if I revive Xena now, I'm just gonna get screwed. But wait, is Helicat gonna cut in? Even all of the best accounts use this exact same team. Ragas is considered one of the top nukers actually for Live Arena, and this is gonna be a team that I will meet a lot. So if I can win this, or if I have a chance to win against this, then that would be very good. It actually got very close here, but Mariska revives the team with turn meter, and I knew that we were gonna get screwed, but if I didn't use my revive there, then he could have just done a 1, and I think it was better to get it out of the way. But I think it kind of looks like we're still gonna lose the fight at this point. I don't know if I can make a comeback anymore. It was kind of close though. We put out a pretty good fight, because you could kind of say that this is the best live arena team basically. And maybe we can actually win this XHA matchup in a couple of fights. Yeah, that's the first loss, but I can't get too sad about that. His team is just, you know, I mean, it's just overpowered anyway, so it's a very tanky, and it is gonna get you eventually. Yeah, that is the issue which I outlined at the start of the video, that it's gonna be survivability rather than damage on Xena, even though her damage doesn't look as sexy as the hits that you get with some other nukers like Taras or Rotos or Georgid. But it's enough, and like I said, you have low cooldowns, you get them back, and you have increased damage, and you have multiple AoEs. The damage is not the issue, this is the issue, but it was still pretty good. This is a very hard team, and hardly any team can beat this matchup anyway, so I kind of want to get the same guy again and see if I can win it on a second try. And with that matchup specifically, Rotos does very well against it, so he's definitely gonna ban Rotos in those fights. With Rotos it's winnable, but Rotos kind of counters that team. I mean, Raga's AoE is a single hit, and he can weak hit on Rotos and so on. And especially if we're running the Necret, then Rotos is not gonna have that big issue against Taras and Siphi and Marichka. I mean, exactly like I normally do it in Classic Arena Reset. It is doable, but it's not like a guaranteed win for Rotos, but in the right situations you can definitely do it. Also, it's kind of interesting that we haven't been picking UDK a lot today, and it doesn't really feel like it was necessary to do it. I could maybe even go for Duchess and Necret as the first 2 picks. If enemy picks Rotos and Wukong against me, I can still go with Xena and Staldus, and probably Staldus is gonna have enough damage against those nukers, so it wouldn't be that terrible. What do I want to do here? Yeah, actually, let's save the support pick for last. Either I'm gonna go with UDK or Helicat. It kind of depends, but it doesn't look too bad. Oh good, my video is not is recording, and I didn't stop doing it or forget to do it. It happened so many times that I need to do it every time. Maybe I can still save half of the video or something. Actually, in my last live arena video there was like news playing out same time, and it kind of it wasn't super loud, but it still kind of ruined the video quality, so even my last video I kind of screwed up. Sorry about that if you noticed. I tried to wait, what should I? Let's go with UDK. I tried to... Nah, I should have gone with Heligath anyway. I tried to mitigate it with some programs to reduce the background sound, but I wasn't completely able to take it away. Otherwise my voice would have been super distorted and not really something that you can listen to. This might be pretty hard too. We're not able to destroy him early on because of the... I always forget this champion's name. Joffred. Because of the Joffred passive. And he has 2 very strong nukers. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. But it is Sifi again. Like it is pretty much every fight anyway, since it is the, like... I would say that if we don't talk about Ukraine duo, Sifi is definitely the best champion for live arena, so... And he's definitely the best reviver and turn meter booster and so on. So it's, like I said, practically 100% pick rate. Oh, so Sifi would have died. That's why it got the Joffred passive. But because we had the immunity from Nakarada, we didn't get stunned on Ronda this time. Damn, that's scary. Like, I could have died there. I almost got one shot. Wait, is Xena gonna get a turn? If Taras goes first, that might be game over. Okay, good. Can we still make a comeback? We don't have attack buff now because Guts never got a turn. Oh yeah, we weren't able to even kill the Ragas, sadly. I think we're gonna lose this one. It's pretty close, but without attack buff, I don't know if this is doable. Yeah. I think can he still stun us with Joffred? Yeah. Damn. I mean, to be fair, this is a very hard team, and maybe I could have won it. It was kind of close. I don't know if I had Helicat instead of Nakarada. It might be better in this fight. Xena would have gotten stunned in the start, but Helicat probably would have been better. I mean, actually, now that if I had Helicat as my last champion here, it probably would have still been banned, just like UDK was, so it probably wouldn't have made a huge difference, I think, but we will see. What else can I do to win that fight? If he didn't have the Joffred, I think I mean I would have won it, so it wasn't too bad. I could actually totally use Wukong against that specific enemy team too. Maybe we will not go with Xena this time, or not the exact same team, it kind of depends. Okay, he early picked the Wukong so that I can't do it. I mean, if that... Actually, I have a pretty good chance to win that fight. The Ragas can just get polymorphed. There's a pretty good chance that he's gonna get polymorphed. He's definitely not gonna have resist, so... Maybe we're gonna put Duchess and Nakarada as our first two and try to win it that way. And I guess depending what he picks, I'll go with Helicat and Xena as the last two ones, and Helicat also has Polymorph, and I'll put it before Xena, so then I will have like 2 or 3 Polymorphs, which might be enough against the Ragas. Against some others, you really want to get the 6-star Polymorph for it to actually work, but I don't think the Ragas is gonna have resistance. It already needs both like damage, speed and accuracy, so he doesn't have any room to go for resistance, not even a little bit. On something like Taras, I do see people actually surprisingly often going for a little bit of resistance, but I don't think he can do it. Also, Taras doesn't need any accuracy. His sphere goes, his sphere doesn't need any accuracy to proc, which is stupid. I mean, it should require accuracy. Just like having his HP reduced should reduce his damage, but his skills just work differently than everything else and kind of defy the standards and logic in this game. Who do I want to ban here? I guess we're still gonna go with the Wukong. It seems to be a nuke Wukong and not support one. It might not even have accuracy, but let's not take risks and make sure that we get the block damage. I mean, he has the Wukong, the Ukko, but the Ukko can still get polymorphed, and likely he's gonna get polymorphed with so many like buffs that he's gonna steal or remove. And we still have 2 champions with polymorph. Actually, can we just one-shot the Ukko? The Ukko... Oh, we didn't get that. Oh my god, the Ukko stole attack buff. I think we probably would have one-shot the Ukko if we got attack buff, but sadly we didn't get it. Should be... Let's open with the A2. Yeah, let's open with the... oh, it's still almost died. I think that was definitely dead. Wait. Should I go for the block damage or just kill it? I should just kill it. I think Helicat is gonna get another turn before Taras, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, we did the A3 and that was without attack buff, so the Ukko definitely would have died if he didn't steal the attack buff. We actually kind of got unlucky there. I mean, we definitely got unlucky. He could have stolen anything else or just not steal anything, but out of all things he had to steal the attack buff. Oh wait, that was the A2. So with the A3 he definitely would have died because the A3 does more damage. I kind of thought that I picked it too late and it actually went for the A3. I thought that I didn't go for... I was gonna do A2, but I thought I was too slow and it did the A3. And since it didn't die, I assumed that it did do the A2, but... I mean, it did do the A3, but it actually did do the A2. That's so confusing. Anyway, the A2 does less damage and it almost one-shot the Ukko without attack buff. Damn, I need to take a sip after that word vomit. Need to calm myself down and eat something after this, but I'm doing so well with Xena that I'm getting a bit hyped and antsy, but these are very hard teams that I'm beating or having close fights with, so this feels very nice. Of course, everybody might not be able to use Xena as well, and she's definitely... If you're using speed teams a lot, I don't think she's better than Georgit or Ronda in those types of teams. She's definitely usable, but clearly it is more go second anti-speed team vibe. Also, I really like about Xena, but kind of like with Taras, it seems to be a thing that they do a lot nowadays, that many champions have debuffs that don't require any accuracy. And she has the turn meter steal that doesn't require any accuracy. I mean, it wouldn't be that big deal if it did. Nobody would build it and you will just not get the benefit out of it. But it is kind of nice that you actually can get that perk without needing accuracy. I think that probably used to be this kind of old standard that Tharium had with old champions, and then they realized that having every nuker in the game require accuracy doesn't make any sense, because half of the skills or the effects of the skills are not being used since you can't actually go for it. Or maybe I'm overthinking it, but probably that's the case. Yeah, let's still go with Rotos. Yeah, there's so many good things I like about her. First of all, she can crit on Harima, unlike half of my nukers, by the way. Like, Initha can't crit on her. And yeah, I can pick her against Harima and actually not ban the Harima. I think I'm gonna ban the UDK in this fight. Normally I would ban the Harima. And it just opens so many options. This might still be a pretty hard fight, we will see. I have a hard time deciding who do I want to ban here, because Harima, UDK and Wukong are all very big ban targets for me, but I think I'm not gonna go for Harima. It's gonna be either UDK or Wukong. I think we're gonna go for the Wukong still. Okay, now that we got all of the Xena, now that that was like combination of Ronda and Xena. Before I called her Ronda, and now I invented a new name, Xena. But anyway, now that we got all of the Xena talk out of the way, let's maybe after this fight we will see what's happening in the Reddit. I haven't had my fun there in weeks, so let's see if they have come up with something new. And yeah, because she has the passive that gives her attack over time, even though she has ignore defense, but she doesn't, like, it's a lot less than the other ones. She doesn't require, or like, require is not the right word. She doesn't rely on it as much, so Harima matchup is still doable with Ronda. I don't really have any champions that are good against Harima, or that have even like neutral matchup against Harima, so this is very good for me. Yeah, we don't have the attack buff now. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Even though she does place the attack buff, but I wish it was 2 turns or even 3 turns attack buff. The 1 turn is definitely... It would be much better if it was more than that, but it is what it is. And it is a 3 turn cooldown, so you can't just rock it endlessly. It's only gonna rock every now and then. But I build her pretty fast, so maybe it will kind of go in tandem with the enemy skills. If their buff skills are maybe 3 or 4 turn cooldown, then maybe Ronda will get it back right before they do it again. Yeah, I definitely, in the past, before I got Xena, I would have exactly 0 chance against this team. It's a checkmate. I didn't have the champions against this. If I went with Staldus, then, like, normally if my nukers were Rotos and Wukong, like, they are both gonna get cucked by the Harima and UDK, and they're gonna ban one of my nukers. And if I go with Staldos, it's not gonna have enough damage to actually finish that Elva off, but now they're often letting me have 2 Nugars because I guess they kind of know that I have enough damage to kill it, so they just they try to kill me before I do it. Usually they kind of try to outlast me and they always ban one of my Nugars. I mean, by one of my Nugars, I mean Rotos. let's be precise. Rotos is normally 90% ban rate on my account, so wait, yeah, today Rotos actually, okay, never mind. In these fights I didn't get Rotos, so they kind of don't count, but in the fights that I guess it's been banned a couple of times, but many times it also wasn't banned or picked. Like all of these 3 fights in a row now that the enemy teams let me have Rotos, which is very nice. Anyway, this video is kind of gonna be like Xena fellation and constantly saying that her skills are good at, and talking about the same kit, but maybe that's kind of maybe that's fine. I think that's kind of something that maybe many people wanted to see anyway. Like we needed to find out if Xena is actually worth going for, and I can definitely conclusively say now after doing all of these fights. I mean, I said at the start of the video that if you spend even a little bit and you do PvP, you should get her, but yeah, you should definitely go for her. That is my verdict. I don't regret spending $40 on it, even though it would have gotten me another game at the same price, which is, you know, a value choice that you have to make. But as somebody that does play this game a lot, I mean, to be fair, I make content, so because of that, buying Xena is kind of a no-brainer for me anyway. But because of that, like despite that, it was still definitely worth it to go for. And if you got some other ideas how to enable her outside of Helicat, Necret and Joffred, then tell me in comments, because I need to think about those options. But of course you could just pair her with Wukong, like not the nuke Wukong but support Wukong, and try to like keep the enemy nuker or stun it and so on, remove the attack buff and place block debuffs, block buffs, and in that way try to make sure that she gets turns. I think CCing and probably using Wukong is the maybe 3rd or 4th best way outside of Necret, Helicat and Joffred. But if you have anything else, then tell it to me, or if you find out later, then tell it to me. Damn, voice is gonna end at this point. Okay, what do we have on Reddit? Any PvP talk? Oh yeah, it feels so nice to cut in between the charge it. Wait, can I actually kill it with A2? Yeah, oh wait, what? Even the Siphi died to the A2, the A3 hits much harder than the A2. I was thinking that if I do the A2 and I kill the charge it, Siphi is of course gonna revive it with full turn meter. But if I steal turn meter from everybody, then maybe Xena is still gonna get a turn before Siphi revives charge it, or it will cut in between them, and I would have been able to do it that way, but I actually just one-shot the Siphi anyway. I wasn't really expecting that. I mean, take into account that, like, she isn't that hard hitting. She hits decently hard, but you shouldn't expect charged style of hits. That's not her strength. But what was I gonna say? Like, yeah, she's not gonna hit that hard, but she still hits pretty hard and has ignore defense. But the A2 has 5% ignore per buff, and then the A3 has 10%. Oh, am I still gonna lose it? I was getting excited too early, but I'm getting cocked by the UDK. It's kind of doable, but I can lose this still. Anyway, that feels nice. Even if I lose this fight, I'm gonna be very happy about this, because normally I wouldn't have any chance against this, and I kind of went for a Hail Mary with my team this time, but these speed teams with charge, it really grind my gears. Okay, I think maybe we still lose. We have the attack debuff, so I think even if we don't weak it, I don't think it's gonna die. And we did get weakened. Nah, so close. Well, on hindsight, maybe I should have had Helicat, but it was worth the try. I can't really get sad about it, because normally I wouldn't have any chance against this, and I almost beat it. I thought I beat it, but then I got cocked in the end. But it's okay. Yeah, that's kind of interesting thing about the mythicals that you can see here, that when using a lockout champion versus mythical, does it only increase the cooldown of mythic champ base form or both forms? It is kind of interesting that because the mythical champions can change forms, and that can't be locked out, so they kind of I guess it's maybe intended counter against lockout, I don't really know, but that kind of adds a new element to the game. I really hope that when I do get mythical champion, which at least after a couple of years I'm gonna get one, I hope that I get a good one by the time that I do, but that remains to be seen. Also, maybe on next session I will use UDK a bit more, but normally I use it in every fight and it's always my first pick. Today I kind of wanted to see how it goes without UDK. Now with Xena, and it definitely seems completely viable, and I don't necessarily need to have it. Yeah, I could go for Wukong here, but actually let's go for Xena. And actually my Initve isn't geared right now. That's a shame, but I could go here for either Initve or Stallos. They might be options against Roto's UDK team, but damn. Initve would have been very good against his team. I don't think it's geared. Maybe I can quickly check from Hellhades website. I actually did put him in a fast build to try out, but I don't think he's in it right now. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, on next session I think I will should I go with Helicat on this one? On next session I'm gonna also use my fast init van. I'm gonna have even more options than I do now. I did some fights off video, not like full sessions, but a couple separate fights with unit that has speed boots instead of attack boots, and it didn't have my best gear. It was kind of like tertiary gear. I'm not happy about this. I can't ban the Wukong. Actually, can I ban it? There's a good chance that my Helicat might be fast. Okay, let's go for it. This is a bit of gamble. I have a... Oh, he banned the Helicat. I'm dumb. I was thinking that there's a good chance that my Helicat is faster than his Warlord. Especially when I have speed buff and he doesn't, but he banned the Helicat, it makes sense. I should have banned the Warlord. I think I'm screwed. This was kind of my own mistake, experimenting with things, but... Wait. Yeah, I can't kill it. I can't kill it in one hit because of the UDK passive, but maybe with Staldus and Xena A1s, maybe I can do it. I still have Necret protection, so it's not like she can one-shot Xena. I think I might be good. And he doesn't have any Reviver in the team. And my Necret is too tanky. He's still missing one piece of reaction. He only has 2, so I would love to get one more. And we have 2 nukers with... Oh, both are Force Affinity and double hitting A1, so we can do pretty good against the Protoss UDK matchup too. Wait, that... Yeah, it's not 6-star Protoss, it only has 5-star Blessing. He's not gonna get the Bone Armor stacks back. Damn. I think we're still gonna win, but it's getting close. Protoss is getting very tanky though. Can I actually... Let's go for the Warlord, maybe I can finish it off. Damn. Protoss is so high HP, I don't think... One hit from the A1 without an attack buff, I don't think that will do it, but... Now I'm gonna get my cooldowns back. They are still Force Affinity, he might weak hit on them, so... Maybe it's doable. Okay, I should be good. I was starting to panic a little bit there, but I think I should be fine. Wait, he's gonna get extra turn now though when I move, but I still have to go for the... Yeah, the A3. A1 isn't gonna do enough damage, and... Actually, I should go for the... No, let's go for... I don't know if I should have gone for the A1. Oh wait, that wasn't enough to... He didn't get a turn? That's weird. Anyway. Winning feels nice. Maybe I can get my win rate back to 60% now. with the Xena. Oh yeah, I was talking about it earlier in the video. Let's actually see how my live arena Great Hall looks like. It's definitely not the best one. I haven't been as active on it lately as I was in the past, but I pretty much got the most important stuff out of the way and even a little bit more than was needed, so I'm not too... there's no need for me to really increase it anymore. Even if it just stayed like this, that would be okay, but I guess the only thing that I really need to get now is upgrading the attack rate to max in Hydra, because of the, like, people are tryharding so much nowadays on the Hydra CVC, and I'm using Tranda and attack scaling nukers as well. Actually, now that I think about it, in my Hydra normal team, I'm probably gonna use Xena. I mean, she does only get her ignore defense with when they have buffs, which they are not gonna have that often for me, but I don't really have a good pair for Tranda in this team. And Xena does have her like 2 AoE skills, and she gets the increased damage over time, which means that he's gonna have the permanent 100% increase of attack on the Hydra. It's probably gonna be pretty good damage. Definitely better than Wall, even though Wall has the exact same passive, like 10% increased damage per skill used until 100%. But Wall only has 1 AoE skill and Xena has 2. And her AoE skills are very low cooldown as well, so I will definitely use it there, and maybe I will actually make a video about Hydra. I never really do Hydra videos, but I was actually planning to make showcases about my Hydra teams at some point, because people ask about it every now and then, and maybe I will make a video testing out the Xena on my normal Hydra team. Yeah, I'm getting super hyped about it. Xena is definitely fun. I remember it's already a couple of weeks ago, like, you know, instantly when we got it. I remember I saw Drog's video, and Drog was, I guess, kind of not impressed by Xena, but it kind of, you know, depends on the champions you have and run and so on, and for me it's a huge improvement. But I get that it doesn't hit anywhere as high as like George hit Rotos or Taras, but he still, or she still hits good enough, as I explained multiple times before. Let's not go through that again. I mean, she has the low cooldowns and the increased damage, so maybe I will have to go with UDK in this fight. We will see. Yeah, I'm thinking, should I go with UDK or wait, he picked UDK, I'm dumb. Okay, I guess we're locked into this and we're just gonna ban either the UDK or anyway, like I said, I just woke up before this video and I didn't eat yet, so I'm kind of still waking up. I'm not fully woke until I eat something and the day starts for me. I need to quickly edit this video because I need to do some real life stuff. Actually, I'm not able to do it. I need to join. Damn it! I need to join Zoom in like a minute, but I guess I'm gonna be a bit late because of this fight. No big deal. I didn't realize it's already 10 AM, so And yeah, I'm mostly going for the same team today, which is not that unusual to be fair, but I think this is the best way to protect her. And first of all, my enemies are mostly using the same teams too, and that's just how it is in this game, that some champions are better than others. But and also I don't really have that huge roster anyway, but also I'm curious if there's somebody with really strong account, and you have already gotten her, do you actually use her? Is she... Do you still use her to counter enemy Sifis when you don't get Sifi? Or do you still feel like it's not worth using, and the typical ones like Rotos, Taras, Harima and Georgid are better picks? I'm kind of curious. Ah, damn, we got feared. Well, maybe it's not that bad. At least we kept the block damage for one more turn. Let's end today with the win, and then I can carry on my day with good vibes. I mean, even if we lose, it's not a big deal, but might as well win. By the way, I mentioned this a million times, but if you have something that you like, some content or some topics that you want to like ask about, or to make me to make a video about, then tell me in comments. I really need to get back to those like do content other than the normal content that I always do. I kind of need to add some variation to my typical stuff. Not that I mean, of course, I'm gonna do live arena and PvP, but I should add a little bit more variety. Back in the day, I used to do mostly guides and other stuff, but nowadays it's mostly live arena. So I need to get back into guides and other stuff. Also, I'm kind of thinking about doing some videos about the new topics and events, but I kind of did that with the Xena video that I did before. But then every other CC does the same videos at the same time when Raid announces something. So I don't know if that's even like if I should do it, or maybe I'll do it sometimes. I don't really know what to do about it. Should I go for the attack buff or revive? I think I'll go for the attack buff. I might regret this. Oh, I thought I had the cooldowns back. Okay, I'm definitely gonna regret that one. Maybe not. I hope the Taras doesn't have the... Oh, okay, we got in. I was gonna say I hope Taras doesn't have the AoE. Should I go for the A2 or A3? If he... I hope he doesn't have the AoE, then I should go for the A2, but if he does the AoE now, then I'm not gonna get another turn. Oh, damn it, that was a huge mistake. If I did the A3, the George, it would have died, but I mean the Ragas would have died. Honestly, I wasn't expecting the Ragas to die. I should have just gone for the A3. Surely Taras is gonna have the AoE now? And we got feared. Damn it, I almost had the fight. Maybe I would have won it if I just did the A3. I was getting too greedy, and I was thinking that I'm gonna get an extra turn, or like I'm gonna steal turn meter and then get the extra turn. But now, even if I get the turn here, we have attack debuff on us, so we're not gonna do any damage. Yeah, we're like triple screwed. We had taunt, fear, and decrease attack. I don't think she can die the AoE even with the protection. Can she? Yeah, she can't. Yeah. Tara's OP, it is what it is. Like I said in the other fight, this is basically one of the best teams, if not the best team in Live Arena, so I will see this exact team a lot, and mostly I'm gonna lose to it. Both of the times when we fought this we got close, but not close enough. Yeah, I guess that's it. Anyway, I can't get too sad about it. Yeah. Did we fight the same guy before, or was it just a different player using the same team? Oh yeah, it wasn't the same guy. Anyway, that was a good session. I think actually I gained a good amount of points as well. I gained a lot of points, it was fun. I didn't regret buying Xena. I can do better in Live Arena now, and I'll be happier, so life is good. Let me quickly show from Hell Hades the Xena build. I mean, I showed it at the start of the video, but you can see it much better from the Hell Hades UI than the in-game one. So maybe we can expect that when Hell Hades does his game, or when it's done, maybe it's gonna have good UI, who knows. This should, by the way, definitely be in the game. Larium should just give Hell Hades, like, I don't know how much he wants for this, like 100,000, and like add this as part of the game and make you able to connect from the like the actual game client to this tool and use it, and maybe add more utilities to this. But this is the Xena build I was running. I think one thing to keep in mind on her, that she gives you 100% turn meter. That isn't the same thing as going next. So when the Siphi does turn meter boost, if you run a very slow Xena, there is a possibility that the enemy team actually still goes before her, even if she, or like one champion or couple champions go before her, even if she does get 100% turn meter. But if you run her very fast like this, then I don't think that's gonna be so. I don't think it happened to me once. I think it's probably technically possible if they have insanely fast team, but not very probable, and probably not gonna happen to me. But otherwise, a typical nuke build that you would see. And then I was running the 4-piece stone skin very fast Helicat. Fuck, I can't see my keyboard beyond the microphone. So this kind of a little bit tanky, very fast 4-piece stone skin, that's it. Not here for the damage, just for the block damage buff and the defense buff to keep Xena and the rest of the team alive. And then of course I was running a typical tanky Necret in bolster. Stone skin is good too, you can run both of them. I think it kind of depends on the fight. Sometimes stone skin is much better than bolster, but then bolster is gonna be good against bombs, and it's also gonna help the dodges to not get one shot as easily, so it kind of depends. But slow or semi-slow in reaction, people definitely do run faster Necrets as well, but mine isn't one of those. And then I was running the tanky dodges that is not very fast, only 212 speed, it's slower than the Xena. But when Xena gets the attack buff from her own passive anyway, and it's only one turn, it actually kind of fit very well with this speed that just goes after her and then gives her the attack buff again. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I had a good time. I was winning, and that's nice. And if you have any questions, then tell me in comments, and that's it. See ya.